Yo, yo, welcome. Also the sequel. Yeah, let's hope for better luck. I restarted my computer twice. Hold on, let me put this on. I restarted my computer twice. Ooh, wow. So hopefully that helps. And hang on one second. Let me get rid of that. There we go. Everyone in the streamer energy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, please align your chakras, get your crystals ready. We really need to power this stream. We need some stream energy here. Yeah, stream 2. Stream the sequel. It's like it's not like new Coke. That was the last stream. This is like Coke Classic. You dig? This is what you guys were looking for. This is what you really wanted. This is what we were really trying to mix up, you know? I know it wasn't just some marketing ploy. I didn't intentionally make my stream go down and waste your time and disconnect from you for several minutes instead of entertaining you to I don't even know what the fucking goal in that would be. But that all being said, I changed to Chrome as well. I wrote Lag's name in my death note. Dope. Hopefully the lag just straight up dies forever. And I hope that does it when I can update or replace this youngin, this old girl. All right. So we're gonna get into a call for an uprising. We watched.
If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out.
His intro's a little something. Sorry, it's a little loud. Now I'm using Chrome, and unfortunately I think the quality is going to be less because it sucks. I have a shitload of RAM, which
just what it was. Then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This intro is a straight up fever dream. It is like, I don't even know where to start with it, because if you know anything about this guy, cells combined for 3D printed steaks. Startup Nova Meats. Hybrid meat analog chews like sirloin, pulls like pork. Does it do both at the same time? 'Cause that's weird. That would be a weird sensation. It is a huge eyesore. It's actually it's the animation's not good.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. Are you hungry? Because you're not going to be in a few seconds when I show you this. Now, I've covered the plant-based meat. I've covered all this stuff, the Soylent Green,
Baphomet had some pretty nice
the
tits.
estrogen burgers.
You're right. Actually, I was saying it's Satan. No, that is Baphomet, isn't it? Because I would get a Baphomet tattoo just to, because it's cool. But not because, anything else. I might get a Baphomet tattoo just to tweet at call for an uprising because he has no idea who the fuck I am.
This nonsense that's going on, this all revolves around Agenda 2030. It revolves around what you're seeing right now with people wearing masks. It revolves around climate change. That's right. That's that key word, climate change. Because apparently they like to use climate change for every single thing that's going on in this world, including farts from cows and burps from cows. Oh, I'm not kidding.
Yeah, that's actually 100% true. So, farts and burps from cows contain methane. Methane is a greenhouse gas. Greenhouse gases increase the temperature of the planet, which is what we call global warming. Global warming, in turn, leads to climate change. Climate change and global warming are not synonymous. Anytime you fart, you release a myriad of gases. It's not just like, it's not just stink. It's not just poop particles. It's what is it? Sulfur dioxide, methane, oxygen, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, all kinds of nasty stuff that your body doesn't want in you. That's why it releases it, down and out. You dig what I'm saying? So, yeah, exactly. Methane is really bad. If we could harness cow farts, if we could collect cow farts and then, I don't know, burn it for like heat or something like that, that might be a little bit better. I would be down for that, but we're not doing that. We're 3D printing burgers. Methane is a heavier molecule than yes, it is. It's much worse greenhouse. Yeah, actually, water vapor is technically a greenhouse gas. Not technically, it is a greenhouse gas, because any greenhouse gas is just a gas, basically a vapor that traps energy like sunlight in. But yeah, methane is definitely far worse. And when it comes to methane, underneath the ocean, there's tons and tons of methane anhydride, and it's basically just frozen methane underneath the ocean. These gigantic blocks of it, and all that has to happen is it just has to warm up enough and has to float up and dissolve into the water and then out, diffuse into the atmosphere, and that will create huge plumes of methane gas. And we're contributing to that by warming up the planet and therefore warming up the oceans. And I can get more into warming up the oceans even more, or I can get even more into warming up the oceans. But I want to kind of get into this video. Methane is let's see. When I was in a college class in high school, we actually were When I was in a college class in high school, we actually were thinking of a way to design and capture methane from cows in water treatment plants. Yeah, that's awesome. And I think that's like probably even earlier than that is the time you really want to get people thinking about things like that. You want kids to start thinking about, you want them critically thinking in, STEM fields. If they're interested in it, you don't want to push them into it. But yeah, if they're interested in the STEM fields, get them critically thinking about simple problems like that, because you never know when you're going to be the cow fart billionaire that, saved the world. It could be a thing. Just don't be the cow fart billionaire that's sold out. You know what I'm saying? Methane has something like 20 or 200 times the thermal energy holding ability than carbon dioxide too. Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's far greater than carbon dioxide, because yeah, it is a bigger molecule. Holds more energy down. Let's see what he has to say. So we're only a little bit into this, and I've already dismantled climate change, I guess.
You'll hear it out of Bill Gates's mouth, or whatever you want to call him, in a few minutes. But first, I want to show you what they plan on feeding people.
Oh, it's just a cord.
And of course, it comes from us, from our good friends in Israel, where the two leading companies who are now making this processed type of meat, of course, funded by people like Gilly Gates and other elitists out there who are trying to combat the world, who are trying to, save the world. They're trying to combat climate change. What they're going to do is start talking about food shortages, right? There's massive food shortages because of climate change. This is all part of a plan, right? They're going to pull food from the shelves. They're going to shut down plants. They're going to shut down places. They run and operate most of these places anyway.
No, by the way, when he says they, starts with a J and rhymes with a U is what he's talking about. And the, Israel whistle there. But as the climate changes, yeah, we are going to have food shortages. We have enough food to feed everybody. We have more than enough food to feed everybody. We can give everybody at least enough calories to get through the day, basically. I'm not saying you're going to feed everybody an American diet every day. And if you go to the Discord, link in description, you can see what we, Americans eat. I almost said Blaine. Rachel had sushi, and I cooked up a bunch of sausages. You might not have that for everybody, but we do have potatoes and, you know, bread and grain and stuff like that, basic food items that we could give to basically everybody. Unfortunately, we don't, because hashtag capitalism is making us do this shit. In danger of methane being released from... Yeah.
And slowly you'll see less and less food in the grocery. You'll see less and less meat. And this is why people are going to become dependent on this. And they're going to use science, and they're going to tell you
exactly
that scientists recommend this.
Good point. Yes, he does. Because of climate change, well, actually, because of global warming, the permafrost will shift. Will start to melt, and that will release methane and further exacerbate global warming, which will then in turn exacerbate climate change, especially in those areas which won't be used to such drastic climate changes, which we don't even know what they would see. Maybe extremely harsh winters and then maybe extremely hot, you know, short summers, something like that. Yeah. So
you get all the balanced stuff that you need. You get all the proper protein per day, proper nutrition per day, proper vitamins every day by eating this type of plant-based diet, and it'll even taste like meat. But first thing you need to do is look at it and tell me your stomach isn't ready to hurl, because they're even using, I guess...
Honestly, it kind of looks like Twizzlers pull and peel, and I love those shits, so I would kind of be after that. However, I'm not into steak tartare, so you'd have to grill that thing. Yeah, dude, fat, blood, muscle. If you put that in a bowl and some seasonings, and we're like, hey, cook this meat, and I was like, what's wrong? I would say what's wrong with it, because it doesn't look, you know, it's not marbled or anything, but at the same time, it doesn't look bad. It just kind of looks like ground beef. It's like weird stringy ground beef. Twizzler pull and peel ground beef edition. Why didn't they make that? That'd be great.
So is some type of synthetic blood in it, or is it the blood of you know who?
This is the best way to fight climate change, to deliver healthier solution and food to the entire population.
Has anybody had a Beyond Burger?
My name is Eshkar Ben Shitrit. We're working on really good, really tasty meat that doesn't come from animals. Instead of using cows, we're using technology, in our case, 3D printing. The meat industry is driven by
I'm sorry, that absolutely looks like a gigantic pile of dog shit.
Eshkar Ben Shitrit. We're working on really good, really tasty meat that doesn't come from animals. Instead of using cows, we're using technology, in our case, 3D printing.
Okay, no, dude, you're not selling it with that. That looks like what a bunch of middle schoolers put on the table when, you know, when they didn't get enough fries, but they had extra ketchups in the fucking line. Ketchups and mayonnaise. Get the fuck out of here. It's gross. Yeah, give me some of that blood of Jesus. Pass over here. Yeah, they're alright. I prefer Red Vine brand. Oh, Red Vine brand Science Lab meat. Damn, dude. That's a deep one. You're gonna have to throw me a vine on that one. I had a Beyond Burger that was like I had it at the from like a fast food restaurant, and it just tastes like an over seasoned burger. That's basically all it tastes like. It just tastes like they're trying to hide something. That's how I figured it out, or figured it tasted, and I was just like, yeah, it's good. I guess it's good for you, but it was already like, it was fast food too. So, but no, this I would not eat. I wouldn't eat that.
The meat industry is driven by the whole muscle cuts. Our technology can create whole muscle cuts just as a cow can produce. Each of our machines produce in a day exactly like a cow, up to 250 kilos in a single day with a lower cost, and of course it's much better for the environment.
We analyzed
250 kilos is like 500, that's like almost 700 pounds. That's a lot of meat. But how many machines
the different components that make those beautiful cuts, and try to figure out which are the key components that we need to mimic in order to achieve those beautiful cuts of meat. We identified 3 main components: the muscle, the blood, and the fat.
Is he just gonna show their like entire video? Because this is actually making me hungry. I ate so much fucking food today.
Components that we need to mimic in order to reach the perfect, beautiful steak.
At the end of the day, technology is important, but what's more interesting is to have a really delicious and tasty food product that you can cut through and have a bite and be excited.
In the kitchen of the Santuari gourmet restaurant,
This dude,
and I figured everybody.
He straight up just showed that entire video of these people.
Popularity for years. There are the veggie burgers and
That's not your video, dude. You can't do that.
And I figured everybody needed to see it to believe it. A 3D printer in a science lab, and I guarantee you people will be on board and think it's wonderful. They've already tested the market, and I'm going to play you Yelly Gates in a minute, and you can hear him talk about how the world is going to get away from meats, and we need a world that's 0% eating meat. He talks about it. He's like, well, it's never really going to get to 0, but we need to get it to 0, and then we could save the whole climate and save the world. We need everyone to work together. The same stuff we constantly. Well, what is this guy? This guy. Nobody sees that this guy is behind and involved in everything.
Oh my
Some guy
God,
who made Microsoft, and we're relying on him for this jabberoo that goes inside of us. We're relying on him.
Yeah, I mean, don't rely solely on the word of Bill Gates. Rely on all of the research that we have that gets you that fucking jab in the arm this quick. And it wasn't that bad. Go get your vaccination. It doesn't matter what you do, who you get it from. Go and get it. Actually, it does matter who you get it from. Go ahead and get it from the right people. Do that for sure. But all right. Call for an uprising apparently doesn't understand meat or climate change or anything about the meat industry or anything like that. So let's see what else he has to say about the world today. Oh God, I don't know if I want to show a lot of anti-vax shit. Let's see. Things they will do for you to get the jabberoo. Let's see. Okay. Or anything. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's what this is one of. Was DMX this is the one. Was DMX a satanic ritual? Dude, seriously. DMX, okay. The only thing I know about DMX is he was an influential rapper and made good music. Was like original rap music type. That's about it. And him right next to the fuck is his name? Kanye? Yeah, fuck this guy. Fuck Kanye. I'd listen to DMX any day. But don't shit on the guy's fucking. Don't call him the dude just fucking died. He's dead. Fuck him. Okay, don't call him a satanic sacrifice. I mean, that would basically go for anybody. Like, that's almost anybody. That's a shitty thing to just say about some random fucking celebrity. All right, we're gonna cleanse ourselves of this call, and we're gonna try and align our chakras with this young lady. Yeah, probably the best meme you could get. Oh, I was about to say it's they see me rolling, but no, I actually met Chameleonaire in Iraq. No shit. I have a picture of me and him somewhere, and he looks really fucking uncomfortable. I also have video of Iraqi Tommy Vercetti. He was this dude that stood outside of this one bank we always went by, and he just held an AK, and he looked like Tommy Vercetti from Vice City. It was pretty fucking cool. I'll have to look those up. I'll put them in the Discord. But let's get into this.
Hello and welcome to the Reiki Gem Wellness channel. I'm Shannon, and I'm a certified Reiki master and teacher and a certified gemologist.
I know what gemologist means, but what does Reiki master? What is a Reiki master? Actually, let's let her explain.
And I combine those skills and passions to provide you with the knowledge, tools, and opportunities to practice incorporating crystal healing into your everyday life. And today, we're going to be talking about a brand new video series that I'm starting today, right with this very video, about the chakras and how they relate to crystal and gemstone energy work. So if you're...
Why do you hold a gun every day? Huh? Who? The time Dead Mouse Sans Mask told me to get up. That's kind of fucked up. Oh, earth energy. Okay. All right, earth energy thing. What did you mean by the gun thing? I'm sorry, I don't know. I feel like that's a lyric, but dude, you gotta watch some Spirit Science. Oh, that's who I was thinking of. He does that little shitty gray animation with the blue background, doesn't he? Oh, ow! I think I got a fiberglass splinter somehow. That really hurts. That's exactly what I was fucking thinking of. I'll do that guy next, because I was trying to figure out who the hell does that little. And I was thinking it was State of Daniel. But that dude, I don't know if that dude's even around. That was some, like, Asian kid. Oh, fuck, dude. Thank you so much. Daisy really is Star Wars, and her sisters practice and claim they have healed the Earth. Then COVID happened. Oh, the guy who stood in front of the bank. Yeah, he's the security. I mean, you're talking about Iraq in 2011. I was there as a gunner for the U.S. military. I was not. I was security. Oh man. Oh dude, Spirit. Yeah, we're gonna get into Spirit Science, because that dude. How the fuck did I? Yeah, that dude has some really ridiculous beliefs. And I kind of don't believe him sometimes. At least in the takedowns that the few.
You're serious about gemstone energy healing and how it can improve your life and support you in your current life situations, then understanding its relationship.
Lady, you are so full of shit. Come on.
With the chakra
I speak extemporaneously for
really help you.
Entertainment of
in
others.
this video, I'm going to be talking about what chakras are.
You should get better.
I'm going to explain the entire chakra video series and help you prepare to dive in.
She's doing this from memory. She recorded this video. Like, write a script. The videos I've recorded are bad because I don't write a script. I cut out a lot of the stuff if it looks like this. I cut out a lot of the breaks and shit like that. You need to do exactly that. You need to make a list of, like, bullet points and things you need to do. It's very join the polite anti-Semite.
The weekly chakra
awesome.
Series. So this will include 2 videos a week and the private Facebook group.
Danny DeVito
I'm going to be
speaks for the
covering
trees, all right?
the 7 primary chakras plus 2 more, and including this intro week, that'll be 10 weeks for the full series. Now I'm going to be starting it next week with the first chakra, and then I'll be posting the videos every other week. So you'll still get the...
So I was a geology student before the pandemic happened, and I can tell you the amount of spiritual energy you'll get out of the combination of these stones that are around here is absolutely zero, because it's 100% bullshit, and you're wasting your money on stones that you could basically find outside. That's a large quartz crystal. It's very nice. It was probably like mined out of somewhere, and she bought it touristy. This is one giant, seems like either, I wouldn't say calcine, maybe quartz or something like that. And then these are just like rocks of salt. This is a giant piece of salt. So it's not doing anything. The salt's not going to do anything. You could, chip it off and, use it in a stew or something like that. But no, your salt lamp isn't doing a goddamn thing, bro. Yeah, she's a level 100 level 100 stonehead. Not a stoner, but a stonehead.
The weeks with the gemstone specific videos and meditations, but I'll be interspersing this chakra series in it as well.
Yeah, I got some cool ass rocks too.
So if you're really interested in starting to explore none of them give me good energy. Chakra system, even if you've had some experience I wouldn't wake up before, feeling miserable every then fucking day. I highly recommend that you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any. And
I gotta watch
a course
that's
bad. This
everybody says I gotta watch
depth.
It. Seen
2
clips,
videos a week, 9 different chakras. That's
like
20 videos in a private Facebook group. Like, this would cost a lot of money if you were doing this in person or...
I think, yeah, Ravenous Bean, you posted a picture of some stones you had. I was gonna actually make a whole separate thing in the Discord about, like, rocks you found, because I find a lot of shit that's really cool, because I go out and actually look for it. And I have a bunch of cool fossils that I'd like to share with you guys. So, yeah, I'll do that. I'll make that happen. And topaz, that just sounds cool. I'd like some topaz. Oh.
Through an online training course, but you're going to get it free through my YouTube channel. So I highly recommend that you subscribe and that you share this video to anybody who might be interested in crystal healing and learning about their chakra system.
Amethyst.
So to begin,
yeah, that's the one you showed me.
Chakras are swirling vortexes of energy, or wheels, located at certain physical locations in our body. And
I feel like she's trying to repeat something that, like, an instructor told her, and she was like, I have to be engaged. I am listening to you. And now she's, like, really trying to repeat it from memory. Either that or it's from, like, an instruction book. She got this from somewhere. It's not... these aren't, like, original thoughts. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that, like, any real thought is totally original. I'm just saying that...
chakra energy...
She's getting this from a book, basically.
Helps energy flow throughout our entire body. So throughout these videos, you'll hear me talk about chakras in certain states, either blocked, balanced, or overactive. And the state of that chakra is going to influence the energy flow throughout your entire body. And if something is blocked or overactive, it's going to cause disturbances that actually physically or emotionally or mentally manifest in your life. And you're going to be able to see the symptoms of chakra balance or imbalance. And this series will help take you through recognizing those symptoms for each chakra and
oh my god,
letting you know
so boring.
Third eye chakra is located
Get to the rocks
above energy.
Show me how to use the rocks. I want to see some rocks
that can help you if it's blocked.
Actually, you guys want to see something kind of interesting? And this goes back to something Rachel, you said what was it, like there's some people that are like stoners that own like a crystal shop or some shit like, oh no, they own a dispensary with a crystal shop or something like that. Do you guys notice a theme amongst these healers, amongst these videos. Not him. Okay. All right, do you guys happen to notice a theme? Why are they almost all of these are women? And I don't understand why that is a thing. Because there's there's the one dude. Like, look at this. There's this guy. Oh, we might check this one out. Oh, this guy looks energetic. We might check him out. Yeah. Why? Anybody, ladies in the chat, why are y'all into crystals so goddamn much? For real. I mean, like, look at this. I don't get it. And the worst, the worst videos are this weird white lady with all this pretentious shit in the background. Like this, fuck your plants, lady. Oh my god, I don't get it. Answer me that. That's a man question to the ladies, so that I can figure out how to get into your mind. What's this guy? Physics student. Oh, I actually. Oh no, I didn't watch this guy. Physics student. Yeah, why is the only dude on here like a physics student? What is it? Crystals don't work. Okay. There's one. Okay, that's it. Okay, the secrets. Is this TED? Yeah, TEDx. By the way, TED and TEDx are totally different things. TED is like an actual paid speaker and shit you have to pay to go to. TEDx is basically anybody can do it. That's why they're really shitty and why her lighting is probably really bad. I was talking to a woman for a while who was into the whole magic type of stuff. She basically told me it was just a fun way to collect cool rocks. I guess so. That's I mean, if you're into geology, you want to collect cool rocks, go ahead and do it. Maybe it's in our monkey brains to enjoy shiny things, particularly given to us perspective. I like birds. Yeah, like I don't get it, but I guess my thing is just like that. I like pretty rocks too, though. Like, I like pretty rocks. They're cool. Like, look at them. I don't know. I just don't understand why, like, the crystal healing, like, it's the healing part that I'm wondering why is all the women, instead of actually having, like, you got the one and then the other one that's, like, not, that's actually debunking this shit. But they're both dudes. Somebody answer me that. I don't know. Yeah, I like birds and fish. I'd rather. Oh shit. Uh-oh. I got a bird story from this morning. Thanks for reminding me. I almost hit a raptor. I don't know. I don't really. Wait a minute. Lady, Jenna, I know what you're going for in your thumbnail. Get out of here. Not interested. Thumbs down. We know why you got all your views. Get out of here. I want to learn about crystals. None of that, young lady. Fun to pretend they're powerful. I think maybe it is kind of like LARPing. I don't know. It seems kind of like because I kind of put these people in the same the crystal healing, the same boat as like chiropractic medicine, but like chiropractic, well, they both have their advantages, because chiropractic medicine, yeah, you can like get a little adjustment and some stretching and, you know, stretch out, and get a placebo effect, and maybe that's what this is. That maybe it's just a lot of placebo effect and a lot of I don't know. Maybe this is the placebo effect that works. Maybe it is like, ooh, Rachel, you were saying like, the shiny things. Maybe it has more to do with like the shiny things, because maybe women would be more into like putting crystals on their body than having their back wrenched over a garbage can by some dude in an alley. Like, I don't know. Because I would rather go to a chiropractor than a gemologist for back adjustments. But I don't know. I don't know. That flabbergasted me. Oh, anyway, stop the marketing of these ridiculous gemstones, because these actually have to be mined. These aren't. Why don't we talk about that? These aren't like just like picked up off the ground by some asshole. These are mined out of the earth by some poor kid in some, hot country. Like, these are made in very specific conditions. So, yeah. Let's not get into that. Oh, wait. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's see, healing crystals. I have to basically research all of my tabs again in order to find out why these or where these things are, but it's pretty easy. Why I'm a creationist. Unfortunately, some of these are super long. We're gonna go to is Genesis history? ? No, it's not. Genesis is not history at all. In fact, it's a gigantic load of fucking bullshit. You can start in the beginning where it starts to lie and said, and then there was light. What was it, 4 days after everything else existed, like plants that need photosynthesis? Way to go, God, you dipshit. Let's see. Genesis Fund. The Genesis Fund. Hold on. There was one. Oh, no. That's why. Because it's all the way in their back. Their Bass Ackwards catalog. That's the one. What was the world like after the global flood? You guys want to know what the world was like after the global flood? If there was a global flood. And yeah, I do watch Blair Illuminati. It's fucking sweet. After the flood, there would have been absolute. I mean, yeah. Yeah, we're all siblings. We all came from a dirt and a rib, and then, our parents banging, and then they had 2 sons that had wives, that one of them found a town or something like that. So, like, Adam and Eve did a lot of fucking after they got out of the garden. I guess that just kind of proves that fucking feels really good. It's pretty fucking good. But yeah, so Genesis, no, this is not history. It is not history. Let's look at the geologic record or the fossil record. Oh, that's what I was saying. Life after the flood would have been horrifying, because everything covered in 40 feet or miles of water, let's even say. If you were going to cover Mount Everest, that would be 29,000 feet, which is what? That's 6 miles about that you would have to flood the entire Earth. So all of those animals that were still down there that got stuck would be crushed under the pressure, and everything would be drowned, and you would have masses and masses of carcasses and dead plants and trees and vanquished farmland and human bodies that were just strewn about, and not to mention all of the shit that would just float to the top and then be transported all over the place and then, you know, settle down. But no, we're not going to look into that. We're just going to look into the one book. Kill the other. Yeah. Yo, what's going on, Slim Living Cyborg? It's been a while. You were in one stream. I got to say something about that one. But yeah, one brother did. Yeah, it was Cain killed Abel over jealousy. I forget what the jealousy was over. Oh yeah. Oh, those silly fossils. Oh, but Slim Living Cyborg I think was in a stream that I did a little bit ago. I felt really bad about leaving that stream because you were with somebody else, and I forget who it was. But I felt really bad because I left like super all of a sudden because I like had to piss super bad, and I was just like, I gotta go. I'm super tired. I gotta pee. And I dipped out. So I'm sorry if I was rude in that, but it kind of bothered me. Speaking of which, we're gonna watch this for a little bit. I'm gonna go use the latrine.
Well, Kurt, I'm gonna have to follow you around some more because you're taking me to some awesome places. This is unbelievable.
That's beautiful.
Where are we, and what do we see?
Well, we're at a place called Fall Creek Falls. That particular falls there drops the greatest free fall distance of any waterfall east of the Rocky Mountains. So we're in Tennessee, eastern Tennessee, not too far from where we were looking at Richland Creek there, about 20, 25 miles or so by the crow flies. We had to drive further than that. But.
So what would a geologist and a paleontologist see when you look around here?
Rocks and trees.
There's something a lot more interesting.
Everyone sees that sort of thing. Well, what's spectacular about this particular canyon, and you can only see a part of it here, is there's a huge U-shaped, beautiful canyon here.
Yeah, we're kind of standing right on the edge.
Right on the edge of it, and it goes straight out from here into another canyon perpendicular to it. And then they've got this little trickle of water going off the side of this thing in a very much larger canyon. It's like there's something funny about this.
Damn, dude, you can't have a trickle of water in a U-shaped canyon. Must have been God what done it. Fuck no. It was millions of years, dude. Let's see. Cain killed Abel because God likes meat more than stupid grain. Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm on God's side. I'm on God's side with that one. Meat's great, dude. Although I will definitely take some carbs. I like me a nice Kaiser roll to go with my burger. Maybe there's an allegory in there. God pitted Cain and Abel against each other in their sacrifice until Cain was like you like Abel so much, fine, take him as a sacrifice then, bitch. That's how you know God isn't a woman. If God were a woman, she'd have only wanted sacrifices of shiny rocks, apparently. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it sets some solid fucking logic. I guess God didn't have her chakras aligned that day. She maybe should have made more rocks in the universe, you dummy. Like it was security model is no worries, you weren't. I just have been busy with my shows. Go take a stream. Oh, thanks. I get it. Yeah. I feel like there was something there I was gonna read, but now I forgot. Now my thoughts are all confused. Let's watch.
That creek actually cut this enormous canyon?
Yeah.
That really doesn't make any sense at all.
It doesn't.
This is what we call an underfit river or underfit creek, meaning that the canyon itself is made by something much bigger and much different.
So that's not at any point a geologic term.
Than the creek that now runs through it, because it's the path of least resistance.
So there must have been a catastrophic event that formed this rather than a long, slow process.
Much bigger, something. In fact, the shape of this canyon is consistent with the idea that all of this material basically slumped out into the main canyon all in one shot, very quickly.
How could that happen?
Well, the best possibility...
No, that's not possible. Because if you were to slump out that entire area, if you were to just, like, basically mold it all out, you have to do something with that material. That material isn't just going to break down and break up all of a sudden. That material, all of that, millions of tons of stone is going to have to be broken down through erosion. And that's going to take tens of millions of years. And it's far more efficient for the water to do it while it's flowing through the easiest ways it can flow through, to just take little bits off. Take tiny little bits off over tens of millions or billions of years even. Nature, not flood, maybe an iceberg. Yeah, even... It doesn't even have to be... it can be even wind erosion, too. That could be why the canyon got so deep in the first place, because the wind comes down into the canyon and blows, the water all over the place. Maybe the water is more caustic than the surrounding area because of what it brings down when it travels down the mountain. Jeez, this feels so basic, but it's like these people are trying to just make up terms and make up like. He's not a real scientist. He's just he's a pretender. I don't know who the fuck Dr. Kurt Wise is, but this dude, he's not...
Ability is that canyon, the main canyon across there, was itself cut extremely rapidly when this whole area was waterlogged with water. All these rocks were full of water. When that canyon's cut out very quickly, then all the water in the rocks surrounding that canyon push in and want to collapse basically in. And if the rocks fail, they will slump into the main canyon, all that material be washed down the canyon, leaving these U-shaped, wide, deep canyons perpendicular to the main canyon.
With a dead end in them, just like we see here.
If you started from the main gorge and walk this way, you'd have this huge cliff that...
Actually, you know what's more likely? Oh, sorry to hit the mic like that. You know what's more likely, based off of what we got going on here? So this stream here actually probably entered into some kind of basin. That was right here. And eventually, that basin, was where this stream was, was out here somewhere, out by the flood word right there. Excuse me. And it began to drain and fall down, and it eroded, and that basin eventually just collapsed in. And all of that started to get washed all the way out, all the way downstream, and this happened over, tens of or hundreds of millions of years even, and it created this U shape because the water patterns are different now than they were before, and we could definitely see that if we actually looked at the rocks. And it has nothing to do with a flood, because if a flood came through, it would still take a significant amount of time and a significant amount of pressure and energy to dislodge all of this material and then erode it out into basically nothingness. So you're wrong, and creationists are dumb. Dead end. It all goes somewhere. It always goes somewhere. So, like, when you have a fun fact, when you have a river that snakes like this, and you have those little banks, sort of like that. The water is actually flowing in a straight line. It's just flowing slower through those banks because it's meeting resistance, meeting the sand, so it's flowing significantly lower, but it's still flowing through. The water's always flowing. Just keep that in mind. Where will floodwater go? Yeah, exactly. The Earth is a closed system, and it's great that you bring that up, because the flat earthers are like, it's a closed system. It has to be a closed system. Well, where did all the fucking water for the flood go? Because we obviously don't have enough water to, cover Mount Everest. So where's all the water? It just doesn't make any sense. And all of that water, if you were to squeeze all of that water out of every living thing that is on the entire Earth and then put that into the flood, guess what? Everybody would die that's on the ark. Every single thing would die, because you wouldn't have any oxygen, and there still wouldn't be enough water to cover Mount Everest. It doesn't even matter that the ark would fail. It's a literal fail boat. It makes absolutely no sense. But yeah, that was a really good question. Where does the water go? Well, it's in the rain. It's in the rainbow. And I like the well, God showed a rainbow to say he would never flood the earth again. Well, why the fuck did he do it in the first place? He didn't have to. Like, he controls everything. Literally everything. So why do anything in the first place? You're not making any sense, God.
Canyons perpendicular to the main canyon.
With a dead end in them, just
exactly.
Like we see here.
If you started from the main gorge and walked this way, you'd have this huge cliff. Yes.
Are they saying it flowed in and took it out? Did I miss that? Did they say the water flowed in and took that material out? The amount of stress that would put on the mountain and the landscape would be so noticeable, especially after only 6,000 fucking years. You would still find fractures in the rock that are like filled with that weird water and filled with, fish and cephalopods that somehow got squeezed into rocks in the Pacific Northwest, out from the Mediterranean. Water drain to Middle Earth. Oh shit. Oh snap, dude. That's a good theory, dude. Well, wait. Oh, to Middle Earth. I thought you said the middle of the Earth. I was gonna say, like, wouldn't that cool it down and slow everything? Because then Godzilla would have to reignite the center of the Earth with his nuclear breath. I think we have a movie in the making. Somebody get a pen and paper. New flood happens, and Godzilla and King Kong have to work together to... Oh, no, wait. It kills Godzilla... Or no, it kills King Kong, and he gives his life force in their fight to Godzilla so that he can swim down and restart the center of the Earth with his nuclear breath, because it's been put out by all of the godlike flood water. Boom. $100 million. Let me get the check. I'll get the film crew. You get the actors. We'll call it a day. Ryan Reynolds, you'll be there for the looks. He's handsome. It's been out for a week now. Is that the premise of the movie? Because if that's the premise of the movie, I haven't seen it, and I fucking nailed it. Look, God got tired and drank the water with a straw like one SpongeBob, so that's why he's so big. Damn. Just like, now did he do it in one gulp, or is God just sort of like, is God sort of like normal like that? Just has sort of Like, take a few gulps of, you know, catastrophic flood water in order to... And I don't know, that'd be like having ants in your soda, because you would have all those corpses and, you know, dead creatures that he created and then subsequently murdered. Would that be good? Would he care? He's God. I don't know. Maybe it's the extra... Yeah, there you go. That's why he's so big. It's extra protein. Hashtag God power. Eat a corpse for that God power. Not a sponsor. This is really painful.
That is the beginning of that canyon. And so this indicates a period of time when there must have been a huge amount of water that was cutting the main canyon, and in fact waterlogged this entire plateau.
So are we talking about a time during the flood, or are we now dealing with that post-flood time?
The rocks themselves that are being cut here, that slumped in, are the rocks we were looking at before that have evidence of the flood itself.
Okay.
So these rocks have already formed. They've already
what does boba tea taste like? Because I've only seen people drink boba tea. Because I think boba tea would be like... I would think boba tea would be like cool as like a hot chocolate with little, I don't know, balls in it. I'd suck some balls out of some tea. Take that one out of context.
Hardened enough to create cliffs and be resistant, so we must be talking about the period after the flood. In addition, this feature is relatively small. I mean, it doesn't look small to us here, but if you look at it from a satellite, the flood sediments cross entire continents. But what you find about these canyons and the sediments that are formed at the same time is they're very localized. They're in smaller regions. And so it suggests we're no longer in the global flood. We're in that period of recovery following the flood.
That's that exponential curve we were talking about yesterday, where we've got a lot of tremoring going on.
All right, so Boba Fett. Oh, Boba Fett. I feel like an asshole. God's the Sarlacc. Oh, dude. That's sad. I love Boba Fett. I like Boba Fett before it was cool, not hipster. But no, yeah. Oh, suck. That was one of the coolest scenes I remember. Seeing that for the first time, like Star Wars on VHS. Seeing Boba Fett get kicked in the Sarlacc pit. Getting digested for 1,000 years. Oh, that would suck, dude. It's really good. Some boba tea. I'm gonna have to go get some boba tea just as Boba Fett while I don't know, suck balls or something. I don't like tapioca boba. I like the juicy explodey ones. Juicy explodey tapioca boba balls. Put that shit on a t-shirt. Oh. Anyway, I gotta say, I haven't watched any of The Mandalorian. I haven't watched anything new in a very long time, simply because, like, I think social media really ruins a lot of shit for me, because I feel like I have to have an opinion on it when I really just want to kind of watch the show. But I'll watch a shitload of movies. If you put it in front of me, if you're like, hey, watch this, I'll be like, okay, cool. I mean, if I started watching The Mandalorian, I guarantee you I would be like, oh shit, I gotta go home from work and watch I'm gonna put that shit on. But I just can't, like, start watching things. Maybe that's my problem. And it's the same thing with, like, Game of Thrones. I never watched Game of Thrones. Seen a couple episodes. Breaking Bad, every episode I ever watched, the, like, 5, I was just, like, standing there engrossed because it's so fucking good. But I just couldn't, like, start watching it on my own. I felt like I had to watch it with somebody. But I never had anybody to watch it with. Yeah, I should probably binge watch it. I gotta get Disney Plus, don't I? I'll tell anyone you watch it. Yeah. I mean, I can tell people I watch The Mandalorian. It's just like, I feel like the pressure beforehand is what gets me. Yeah, I'll watch shows from back in the day. I'll still watch Forensic Files all the fucking time. Never seen any of it. Hey, you were the guy in that other chat with what the fuck was that guy? The Slim Living Cyborg, where I was like, I gotta go really quick. I feel bad for leaving super quick. I mentioned that earlier, but yeah, I had to really pee and I was tired and I had to go. So, my bad. I had a hard time starting. I've never seen any of the shows you mentioned. Yeah, Mandalorian, Game of Thrones. What else? Breaking Bad. What else was there? What's another really popular one? Shit. Oh, like WandaVision, the Marvel stuff. I'm not really like. Yeah, Forensic Files is great. What was his name? Peter Thomas was the narrator. He was actually a paratrooper on D-Day. No shit. And he died in his 90s. I think he was like 92 or 93 when he passed away. And it's unfortunate because he was a great narrator. Yeah, there's a new show starting soon that's gonna be big, and its title is a major spoiler for The Mandalorian. See, now I'm like, man, I want to watch that, but now I have to watch The Mandalorian too. You know, it would be a really cool, I think a really cool like series would be Fallout, but I think Fallout has to be done in a very particular way, especially for me, because Fallout is very near dear to me as a franchise, I guess. Because I started at Fallout 3, but it's still like very important to me that it actually gets the love and respect it deserves if it ever becomes a show, which I would love to see Fallout, the series or something like that. Fallout New Vegas and stuff like that. I pretty much haven't watched anything that's been hyped up or popular. Same, yeah. I mean, not because it's like, oh, it's all new. It's just because I just can't like get into it all of a sudden. And I've said this on other streams. I had this conversation with my coworker. Sometimes there's just too much shit out there. There's too much shit going on. So like, it's hard to find something really new to get into. So I think a lot of us fall into this loop of, oh, let's just watch what's comfortable. Invincible is the new hot show on the block. What's that about? Excuse me. Bright side is you could binge watch all of The Mandalorian in a weekend. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, I know. Like the miniseries deal that they're doing with a lot of these shows is actually pretty sweet. Because they're not long, super long series or seasons or anything like that, so you can actually get through a lot of it. Yeah, I haven't read anything about Invincible, but let's get into these guys a little bit more.
On trembling in the earth.
Exactly. Whatever catastrophism was occurring during the flood, it eases off and gets less and less catastrophic as time passes following the flood.
So we're in that period then.
We're in that period, the Arphaxadian epoch, when
that's not an no. What? No. Excuse me. Sorry. No. I have the fucking geologic timeline on my wall. The Arphaxadian, let's see. I don't see. Oh, I don't see. Nowhere on the geologic timescale does it say the Arphaxadian epoch. Because the Arphaxadian epoch doesn't actually fucking exist. It's not a time period. This is why this guy is such bullshit. I have it. Look. See the top there? Maybe. I don't know. It says. Yeah, it says series epoch. You can see. Go through. Go through. Go through. I know it's black and white. It's impossible to see. But you can see, as you guys can see, there's no Arphaxadian epoch. These guys aren't going off of science.
The earthquakes of the flood, enormous earthquakes of the flood, are reducing in intensity to smaller and smaller earthquakes. No. The volcanoes of the flood,
that would be funny.
Enormous volcanoes of the flood are getting smaller and smaller and less frequent in time.
When the menu is too big, it breeds indecisive. Yeah. Yeah, you know what the greatest study of that is? Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares. Watch that shit. Actually, binge watch the British version and, you know, kind of dance around the American version, because the American version is overly dramatic and it's Americanized. It kind of sucks. But it's the same thing all the fucking time. If you have too big of a menu, Sebastian's, perfect example. Huge menus, too many combinations, it gets confusing. People don't want to fucking go there. Like, eventually people are just going to order a pepperoni pizza if you're offering literally everything. Yeah, they're going to go with what's comfortable. Same reason people get fast food when you have a good chef in the hospital. They want what's comfortable. They're already in an uncomfortable situation. Bill Portley, this is Glowballs Flued. Sure, man. Sure, man. Now I got to put my fucking geologic timescale back on my wall. Got to reprint that out. Goddamn right, I have the geologic timescale on my fucking wall.
The wetness of the flood. The flood is obviously water covering the entire Earth. That the Earth is drying following the flood. But immediately following the flood, the Earth would have been.
The Earth is drying. Where's the water going? The water has to go somewhere. Where's the energy going? Where's the energy coming from that dries this water off? If you're going to dry this water off, there would have to be some massive solar storm or something like that basically heats up the water constantly and like peels it off of the atmosphere into space. At that point, like, life would not exist in any way, shape, or form. Like, these people don't, they're relying on their audience not knowing a goddamn thing about anything, which I know barely anything about some things, but I know enough to know that these guys are so full of shit that both of them need to just tumble off that goddamn cliff and be done with the world and be done with their message. It's gone, it's done, it's in the ground, and it doesn't fucking make any sense, guys.
Been extremely wet, not just from the water of the flood,
he's a doctor,
but actually huge amounts of rain.
Case fucking
well, Kurt,
closed.
I think a lot of people think that after the flood, you know, we don't have a lot of rain, but you're talking about kind of a wet environment.
All right, man. That's what I was going to say. I got distracted earlier, but I'm going to tell you, when I was public affairs for the Army, I was in Kuwait. That's where I did most of my actual work. And I've had to stand on like sand dunes, and I've hung out of vehicles driving through the desert. Yes, I do have that video. I'll show that. Maybe I'll put that on my on the YouTube as its own video. But I have those videos, and in no way am I shaking the camera as much as this dude. There must be, whoever is behind the camera must be made out of fucking cotton balls, because they can't hold up this simple, what I'm guessing is probably some super overpriced, overcomplicated camera that they gave some kid, because lighting's all right, but it could definitely be better, because, you know, it could definitely be better. But you're getting the shots, you're just shaking the camera so goddamn much that it doesn't make any sense. I get the audio is good, but sit still for a little bit. Get a tripod. You can use a tripod. You can use monopod. Monopod works pretty good. You'll get a little bit of shakiness, but you won't get that much. After the nuclear reset of Earth, the surviving humans will find a computer permanently stuck on a Reddit page. It will become their secret text, and they will kill each over over the word of ass 420. Yeah, absolutely. People will be erecting monuments every generation to ass 420 until it just becomes a giant obelisk of gibberish and, you know, I don't know, dick butts. As they discover more ass 420 posts from the one hard drive. He could be riddled with old school antipsychotics. The cameraman, yeah. I mean, hey, if you're out in the woods with two old guys and a camera, you're probably on some antipsychotics. Or, yeah, you're probably on some antipsychotics. Or if you're on the psychotics, yeah, stay away from that cliff and don't film what you're gonna do. Maybe they have Parkinson's. That would be why are they the camera operator? That would be the question. If I'm hiring you into my business, and you say, "Oh, I have Parkinson's," I'm not hiring you as a camera operator. That makes no sense. That's like hiring a blind person as a sniper. I mean, there's certain qualifications you have to have for certain jobs, and, you know, not having Parkinson's is one of those things for, like, a camera operator, I guess you should say. Yeah, they just don't know how to work a fucking camera. I mean, they kind of do. I get the mode that they're going for because they're doing the reality TV thing. They're shaking the camera. They're doing the zoom in and zoom out. But they have a very rudimentary idea of why and when that's used. You're not supposed to use it in this context so much. I mean, I get it. They're trying to keep people's attention because it's two old dipshits talking about something that makes absolutely no sense. So they have to change your perspective every, 2.2 seconds. But, yeah, these guys don't make any fucking sense in any sense of the word.
Environment, then.
Yeah, the Arphaxadian epoch that we're talking about is a period of transition from the time of the flood, the catastrophism of the flood, the destruction of the world, and the present. So you have a transition from a period with enormous volcanoes that are incomprehensibly huge to the volcanoes that we have today. We have enormous earthquakes during the flood to the kinds of earthquakes we have today. Right. We have enormous rainfall, it turns out, to cool the oceans heated up in the flood, to the drying of the earth and the production of deserts, all the way to the present.
Yeah, they're basically trying to take the geologic history of the earth and condense it down into the Bible, which you just can't fucking do. When you want to say there were these massive volcanoes and everything like that, a lot of people get the image in their head, and I do too, of Fantasia when you had these giant volcanoes and all of this. It's the dinosaur part. You have these volcanoes erupting and all of this lava and everything. You have these massive mountains just spewing out lava. But no, that's not totally true. When they say geologic activity, those mountains may not have had, time to even grow. It may have been too hot for them to grow tall enough to get above, a few hundred meters even. This is a time when there's almost no atmosphere, even if you want to go back to the Hadean period. There's nothing there for them to really cool off on except for the vacuum of space, so it's constantly hot. And as the Earth cooled, that's what happened. The mountains got taller. and there's very specific ways to build up those mountains, especially volcanoes. If you want to get specific, volcanoes only are built in 3 different ways. You have cinder cones, you have your shield volcanoes, and you have someone correct me on it because I don't know the third one. It's a composite volcano. But a cinder cone blasts off ash, blasts it off, and then it builds up over time, and then eventually becomes dormant because the heat can't get up to the top. A shield volcano are the ones who are most active. That's what you see on Hawaii. That's what you see at I don't think Mount Etna is a shield volcano. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's what you see spewing out large quantities of hot lava and creating that black rock that builds up islands and stuff like that. And then a composite obviously would be the combination of the two. That's the word I'm looking for. And I know I'm wrong on that, but I'm not a volcanologist, so bear with me. But none of that, anything this guy's saying, could ever happen within like just 6,000 years.
You've got organisms, for example, the animals in the Ark. You've got
I get the
just a
minerals
few
by Marjorie joke. That's one of
basic
the
kinds of animals on the Ark. And this is a period when, in a few centuries, those kinds are...
And I love that scene because of my, I love rocks. You and your rocks. They're
going to
minerals,
diversify
Marjorie.
so that within each kind you're going to produce hundreds or even thousands of species. And then those animals are going to spread across the earth to get to every portion of the earth. So this is a transition period in everything, in geology.
Well, yeah, but that's after the heated conflict. I'm talking about like they blast off ash during the conflict, and then ash blasts off Team Rocket. Once the whole thing is over. Once everything's cooled down.
And biology, anthropology.
Pikachu comes to the rescue.
Climate, everything from the destruction of the world to the present.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things changing here. What's the biggest thing that's happening as far as the Earth geology is concerned?
Biggest thing there.
Earth geology is just it means nothing. To say Earth geology, it's you would have to be talking about like astrophysics to say how does like Earth geology differ from say Mars geology. That would be the context you would use. But the Earth geology, you would just say the geology or the environment or the environmental pressures or things like that. These are more scientific terms that you would use rather than Earth geology and Anthraxidian period or whatever the fuck that dude was saying.
There is that during the flood, we believe continents were moving horizontally back and forth, smashing into each other, producing mountains, moving sediment over large areas, dumping.
All right, too easy. So you want to say that whole continents were just sort of mashing into each other and just crashing up, all right, during the flood, right? Yeah.
Eroding in some places, dumping sediment.
So if these continents were smashing into each other over such a short period of time during this flood, the amount of energy that they would release would be catastrophic. I mean, just think about you have let's see, where's a transform? Let's say Chile. All right, the Pacific Plate moves down, it moves south, and it goes into the Atlantic Plate or the South American Plate or something like that. And you have a subduction zone right there, okay? They're crashing into each other. And there's a lot of geologic activity along that boundary. Those things are smashing into. Oh, here's a better one. The Himalayas. That's the one I was looking for. The Himalayas is the Indian plate smashing into the Eurasian plate, I believe, or the Asian plate, and they created Mount Everest. The amount of energy that went into creating that mountain range, if you were to do that over such a short period of time, those things would still be red hot. There would not be anyone living anywhere near that, regardless of if they were covered by water or not. They would still be so red hot that it wouldn't even matter. The water pressure required to do that would have leveled the whole planet. Yeah, I mean, there's no way any of this actually could have happened. It's physically impossible. You just have to gauge in the amount of energy needed for this to actually occur, and for the amount of energy that needs to bleed out because of fucking continents crashing into each other over just a few years during a flood. Give me a break. And you think it was just perfectly plastered all over the place? Where are the bones? Where are the remnants of the towns and shit like that? Why aren't there kangaroo bones in France? I mean, I'm sure there are, but they weren't dug up, while they were digging the catacombs. That's all I'm saying.
What that did at the end of the flood is leave the Earth unstable, out of what we call isostatic equilibrium. It's going to take a while for the ice cubes, if you will.
Isostatic equilibrium is another pseudoscience term. If you were to use it in science, I'm sure it would make sense, but isostatic equilibrium in this sense makes absolutely no fucking sense.
Wish to bobble back to where they're supposed to be. And that's so there's going to be lots of earthquakes as rocks move against each other. There's going to be a lot of effusions of lava until things settle down. In fact, they're still not settled down. So they're still in that process of, it's mostly vertical motions and small adjustments, well, relative to the flood. Yes. Bad for us, but adjustments that then settle the earth back down to the way, ultimately to the way it was, very similar to the way it was before the flood.
Yeah, exactly. Christians
Would that mean that we have...
Christians are the greatest example of why you can't trust everything you read. Absolutely. This is why critical thinking skills are vastly important, because honestly, this can be easily broken down by fucking anybody. These guys are charlatans. You can tell that they're lying. You can tell that they're full of shit simply by using basic critical thinking skills and looking at their body language, listening to them. They have like higher pitched voices, and they're reinforcing each other's beliefs. And this guy just has doctor in his name, and he is the apparent authority figure, while this guy is also an authority figure, but of a different sense, and he's somewhat he's playing the ignorant guy, but it's really kind of just a production. So like there's no there if you actually look into it, and that's what you get if you just trust what's in front of you. You know what I'm saying?
The ocean.
Check if the vehicle is there. Is the vehicle there? No. Yes, the vehicle is there. That's how Christians work. That's how Christians do PMCS. Okay? Do people go into STEM fields purely to be religious shills? I do not get it. Actually, I think some people actually do. Like this guy, definitely fucking like sold out. Probably just got a degree, a doctorate, so that he could do something like this, which is absolutely disgusting and pathetic. You shouldn't. If you're gonna be a scientist, you should be a scientist. And if you want to be also religious, if you want to believe in God or be whatever sect you believe in, as long as that doesn't interfere with your science, I'm totally fine with it. But the problem is, oftentimes this is what happens, and science gets interfered with by people like this, by religion. Yeah, BYU. What's BYU? I know what that is. Shit.
Levels changing in the midst of that, and what is that?
Yeah, there's so much of the water from the ocean that evaporated out of the ocean ends up in ice that it actually drops the sea level a total of 200 meters. Wow. Which is a lot of
it. A lot.
Yeah.
Wait, he said it dries up into ice. No, water doesn't dry up into ice. Water freezes into ice. Okay? And hold on.
And so that connects like Europe to England, connects Siberia to North America. It makes it possible for organisms to spread out from the ark and get to many places that they'd have to swim to in the present. So that's part of that distribution, probably part of what God had in mind in designing the world in such a way that it could be filled with organisms.
Okay, easy. Brigham Young, yes, thank you. Fucking gotta bring them. Yeah, fuck them. I was just like, why does it sound so familiar? Yeah, fuck Brigham Young. Eat shit. What was I saying? Okay, so fun fact: when monarch butterflies migrate, they actually migrate in different generations. So the ones you see in your state, like for those of us in the northeast of the United States, I see monarch butterflies in Ohio. Those aren't the same ones that are going to be in Mexico here in a few months to go and reproduce. There's like 2 different generations of butterflies that somehow make it to fucking Mexico. All right, and that's within one breeding season. Okay, so you can imagine a more complex animal like, say, an elk or a human or anything like that. Let's say a bear. It would take probably a whole lot more resources, a lot more generations, a lot more concentration, and a lot more a lot less environmental pressure for them to be able to spread out over larger distances, because a human being, let's say, takes in a whole hell of a lot of energy and has to be able to get it within a certain amount of time, a certain amount of territory. And you're not going to be able to do that if you're just migrating all of the fucking time, because you don't know what's going to be good for you all of the time. And even if you're migrating with animals, they may be getting out of your way. You may not be able to hunt them. So it doesn't, none of the migration would make any sense. And for the even for the amount of species that we have found, even just in the fossil record, for that to happen, it would just create a damn traffic jam of animals being in land bridges and ice caps and eating the fuck out of each other, and pooping on the corpses that they can't eat anymore. You guys really have like a fundamental problem with the amount of energy that actually exists in the universe. It really kind of fucking grinds my gears.
And with people.
I think I'm gonna move on from these guys because they just get my fucking goat. I don't want to go back to CC, but I do kind of want to go back to call, unless you guys have something else you want to have me take a look at, because since I started late, I want to go for a little bit longer. So if you have, go ahead and send links in the Discord. I will check them out for sure. But let me look up something. Why don't I want to go there? Creationist geology. I want to see. I I feel like there was one more. Yeah, I did have one more video from these guys, but I spent enough time on them. Let's see. Pooping on the pooping on the corpses. Shitting on their mothers. Fuck. I was gonna do the crystal lady, but I don't know. Let's see what else. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Ah. Sorry. Yeah, do it, dude. Definitely play that on. As soon as it's ready, I'll play it on the stream. That'd be fucking awesome. This will overload. Jeez, take your fucking time. Is Jonas' history? Damn, girls. You guys want to watch the Soren? Oh, Spirit Science. Yeah, that's what I was gonna go with. Awesome. Yes, thank you. You said it before. I totally fucking forgot. So instead of watching the war in Syria like a bunch of fucking, you know, betas, we're gonna go. We're gonna go and watch Spirit Science. Still should make it. I said I'd make you a mod. Alright, I'll make you a fucking. Oh, that's right. I gotta do it through my phone. Give me a second, Slim Cyborg. Yeah, he does. You can go into the links in the description and you can check out his channel and a couple of the tracks that I've played on stream down below. Also, if you go to the Discord and you go to the Milk Crate, you can put in your own music that, if it's not copyrighted and it's your own music or something and you want it played, it'll get played. Just send me a note and say, hey, play this, and I'll review it and we'll see if it goes on. But yeah, go check out his music. It's super fucking cool. I definitely get into it because just kind of Spirit, yeah. Spirit Science Live? I don't want to do Spirit Science Live. He has 1 million subscribers. Fuck. Oh, he's live right now. Oh, is that the... Yeah, it is. Oh, god damn it. Should we? Yes or no? Should I try to go into his live stream and see what kind of dumb shit he's saying? Yes or no in the chat. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna make old boy a mod, and I'm gonna go and get a charger for my phone because it's super about to die. Be right back. I'm so sorry. we know? Do it live. All right. We're doing it. I'm gonna say, don't go into his chat and be a bunch of dickheads. As a disclaimer, I'm not saying that at all. Fuck that. Don't send threats or be Nazis or any shit like that. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Never mind. Absolutely never mind. Okay, spirit science. I can agree with this. This is just for this is just music, meditation music. Okay, I can agree with spirit science doing that, because I have a video on my channel. I think I might have a couple videos where it's just, I have one where it's just the rain and the forests. I can dig that. However, comma space. No, let's dig into your brain, dude, because 1.9 million subscribers, which is about what? How many views? Yeah, I know. He was actually doing something good. Ain't that some bullshit? Well, okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah. I don't know if I'd sleep to that. It seems, it's not my taste. I'm more of a rain or whale sounds kind of guy. Uh-oh, what the hell happened? Uh-oh. Sorry. Yeah, I'm more of a whale sounds kind of guy. But let's see what spirit science has that we can dig into. The hidden spirituality of Crimus. It sounds more like it seems a lot like he's doing a lot more like meditation shit now. The hidden spirit. Oh, I'm not gonna watch an hour-long video of this dumbass. The parable of the poisoned arrow. The biology of belief. Oh, that sounds good. This sounds like a good one.
If there is a heaven, it's right here, right now. We're in it. Today we're delving into another one of those weird but wonderful topics.
This man has clearly never woken up in reality, because existence is pain, suffering is reality, and joy is an illusion.
That is taking the world by storm. If you've been around this channel for a while, or have attended any of our Spirit Mysteries workshops, you've probably heard us mention the pioneering work of Dr. Bruce Lipton with his books, The Biology of Belief and The Honeymoon Effect. Truth be told, this work has had an absolutely massive effect on all of us here at Spirit Science, and we just had to do a full episode about it. This is, of course, following our recent live Wisdom Moon workshop, which we presented on the science of ascension and went even more in depth on Bruce's discoveries. We've made that available for free in the author comments below, just in case you're curious.
Did they create the Jewish space laser? Yeah, I've been there.
In a nutshell, Bruce's research suggests that consciousness and the environment have a guiding effect on our genetics and the quality of our lives. Much like Rupert Sheldrake's morphinogenic field theory, we're seeing interesting evidence that consciousness plays a role as the guiding force behind how our genes are expressed at all. When you look in the mirror in the morning and see yourself staring back, who are you really seeing? The real you or a projection of your ego? The human body is made up of...
No, you're not seeing a projection of your ego. Maybe in a slight sense of the term, but like you're seeing you as you perceive yourself from what you perceive as, I guess, aesthetically pleasing to how you should be. I don't know if that's your ego. Yeah, if you look in the mirror and you're just like, oh yeah, I'm fucking sweet. Yeah, maybe you see your ego. If you're miserable, yeah, I don't know. Environment, is that affecting our genes? Yeah, no kidding. It's almost like
roughly 40 to 50 trillion cells, each with their own singular immune and reproductive systems. Living together in a community called our body, the cells are individual living entities that make up the whole person. For decades, science viewed our cells as deterministic little robots who got their instructions strictly from the DNA. But Bruce's research is transforming that paradigm rapidly.
Oh, the girl walking
Bruce explains that one of the main...
I'm a fucking idiot. The stock video. I'm dumb. I try not to look in the mirror. You should look in the mirror. Because if you don't look in the mirror, how else are you going to see if you look bad? You know? You can't fix a problem by, ignoring it. I'm just saying. I'm not saying, like, you got a problem with your face and you're gonna break the mirror. I'm just saying, like, maybe you got a fucking piece of egg on your beard or something, like, I don't know if you're a chick or a dude, but like, or whatever. But maybe you got maybe you got some lotion or toothpaste in your hair. You ever get toothpaste on a black shirt? Oh, it looks so weird. People give you such weird looks, and it's just toothpaste, man. Hey, look in the mirror once in a while. But yeah, don't look in the mirror if it's a oval shaped mirror at the top of carpeted stairs, because that's actually one of my weird fears. I don't like it. It makes me really uncomfortable. Oval shaped mirrors at the top of carpeted stairs, especially if it's dark, just kind of freaks me out. Although whenever someone talks about having no mirror, I always think of that old fucked up show, The Swan. Anyone remember that? No, I've never seen The Swan. I do quickly. Good. Yeah, take pride in yourself. If nobody else is gonna take pride in your appearance, at least you should. Okay. I try to. Not hard enough. But yeah, pluck a couple hairs, pop a zit, put some cream on some stuff, and you'll be alright. Nobody's perfect. Main thing is just to not smell bad, I guess.
Differences between something living and something dead, at least on a physical and biological level, is movement. So what causes a cell to move? Going down this...
Did he just say that the difference between living and dead is movement? They take women who are conventionally ugly, and they exercise them, put them in lots of surgery, and give them crazy money, all while they had no mirrors. I heard about this. That does sound kind of messed up. I don't know, because that puts a lot of pressure on the individual to maintain. Because after the fact, knowing like the production, after the fact, they're just like, okay, fuck off. We got our tens of millions of dollars, and you got your makeover. See you later. Like, I don't know. I just don't agree with those kind of like makeover shows. I think it's just general education of telling people, hey, just eat right and work out and be who you want to be. I mean, sometimes you can be really funny and be super attractive. Just because you're not that physically attractive doesn't mean people don't want to, be with you. Yeah, for like supermodels and their family is just like off-put. I feel it's just like, yeah, I mean, it's a 100% complete turnaround. It's just like, whoa, what the fuck? And I know there's someone in their family that's like, yeah, you're gonna have to maintain that. Like, what's gonna happen in a couple weeks? I'm not saying in a couple months, like a couple weeks. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do when your tan rolls off and you're you know, you haven't hit the treadmill for a couple days? Just saying, not hitting the treadmill for a couple days means you're not gonna hit it till June. I'm just saying it's March. With a timestamp in Discord, awesome. I'm gonna check on that real quick.
This rabbit hole, Bruce discovered that the key source of what causes cells to move and behave actually comes mostly from external signals, and the internal systems reacting to those signals. Usually, the quality of the signal will determine the quality of the movement. At a deeper level than the cell, we see that movement takes place at the level of the protein. Cells are made up of proteins, which appear a little bit like squiggly wire wraps. As a signal comes in, if there's a receptor for the signal, they will connect, and the new energy received by the protein will be a balanced polarity and facilitate its movement, where the movement is actually just the changing of the shape of the protein at all. To give you a fun example, we all know what digestion is, right? You eat something and your body turns it into energy. Well, digestion itself is a process that works in the same way. The cells in your body, starting with your mouth and stomach, are open to receiving all the time. When you eat food, the food bits are received by the cells of your body, which facilitates their movement in a process we call digestion.
I was like,
I know this is a very simple way of explaining digestion, but the point here is that for so long, we've been led to believe that the DNA was the thing that steered and controlled the movements of the cell. But this research is showing us that the movement and control over the cells actually comes from signals. So
yeah, those signals are chemical. Those are chemical signals that you get. Chemical signals are what drive cells. Chemicals reacting with other chemicals. Honestly, you want to boil it down and be real cynical about everything. Everything is just chemicals interacting with other chemicals. That's all that's happening in my body right now as I talk. I am turning ADP or ATP, adenosine triphosphate, into ADP, adenosine diphosphate, in order to flex my vocal cords according to the signals that my brain is sending due to the visuals that I'm receiving thanks to the photoreceptors in my fucking eyeball that shoot, you know, electrical impulses through my optic nerve into my brain. That's how cells work, and that's how, like, basically everything works. And you know what, there's no God in it. It's just sort of physical and chemical. And if you really want to look at it as, oh, well, that's very robotic. Oh well. But that's pretty fucking amazing too, that literally all of that can happen in an instant. It's happening instantaneously, and I can also explain that, and that it's happening and why it's happening. That's the impressive part about it. That's the amazing part about it. Not this, you know, I wonder why that happens. Kind of do know why. And
in that case, cool. What is a signal? Literally everything. Imagine you're walking down a street and someone calls your name.
God is ATP. I think. Either that or like Jesus juice. Somebody give me some Jesus juice. I hear that guy parties fucking 7 days a week. Certified freak.
Name.
JC.
Your ears just received a signal. Even our name is just a collection of vibrations and sounds that we assign relevance to, which causes you to turn around and look. Oh no! It's your arch nemesis, Reginald von Brandybuck III, and he throws a baseball at your head. Your eyes receive the signal, the light bouncing off the ball as it hurls towards your face, causing you to react and move out of the way.
He explained
Calling
everything
back, love
I
is
just
the answer.
explained.
Don't be mean. Here's an interesting part about signals. In this example, Reginald is operating at a lower level of consciousness, so he isn't really listening to what you have to say.
No.
You could even say that his cells aren't receptive to the intentions that you're sending him.
Oh.
So he carries...
You were so close to greatness. Oh my God. You were this close, man. No, Reginald isn't dealing with he's not working with Reginald isn't working on a lower level of consciousness. Reginald, if anything, is far more reasonable than your ass, because I would also want to throw a baseball at you if you started spewing out this dumb bullshit. I don't give a fuck how mad I am. It doesn't mean I'm irrational. I've made some pretty good arguments throughout this hour and 51 minutes and 45 seconds. I'm pretty fucking sure. I'm more than willing to, be refuted and proved wrong. But at the same time, why the fuck should I deal with this guy's bullshit if he's just going to... He's clearly not getting the point of, hey, I'm Reginald. I don't want you in my area. I'm going to throw a baseball at you because I like playing golf for some reason. I don't know why he's like Scottish, or I can't do a Scottish accent. Throw that baseball, Reginald. He deserves that baseball. I'm going to get to this Space Jew video here in a second.
Carries on with his negative attitude and doesn't really hear or receive what you say about love. See, unless we're...
Oh, man. It's almost like when you tell pissed off people to calm down, they don't calm down. You ever done that? You ever told a pissed off person to calm down? It's not a good idea. You should at the very most, remove them from the situation and then try your best to just get them to talk to you. That's all you can do. Because once they talk and once they start to rationalize their emotions and their feelings and their thoughts through vocalizations, most people tend to calm down. However, if you just say, hey, chill, bro, I'm just trying to come at you with love, you're going to get a fucking baseball thrown at your face. Thank you, Reginald. Reginald's
we're
a good
receptive
guy.
to the signals we're receiving, we actively keep ourselves limited to only receive the same thing over and over. Now, this is where things get especially interesting, because signals are not just external, they're internal too. Thoughts are signals. Feelings are signals. They are signals.
I think there's probably one or two other people I'm actually going to mod for a long ass time, because I have a lot of people that I modded. And as far as mods go, if you abuse your power at any point, I'm just gonna like revoke it, and it's gonna be I don't want to do that. So I don't want to be that I don't want to go that route of being like a dick like that. But yeah, I made a lot of mods in the last. Pretty much everybody in the chat is fucking mod right now. But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I appreciate you guys being there and wanting to be here and wanting to, regulate and everything. But yeah, I have to make the disclaimer. I apologize. Let's see what else.
Signals that we tell ourselves over and over as a result of our beliefs, some of which we program ourselves with, others of which we were programmed by our environment. We explored this briefly as well in our money movie with Think and Grow Rich. One of the steps in Think and Grow Rich was autosuggestion, continuing to steer your thoughts and focus in the direction of wealth and abundance, because as you look for opportunities to personal success, you open the receptors of your mind to receive those signals. And this brings us to the importance and significance of consciousness.
No, that's like a very rudimentary way of thinking about it. I mean, yeah, if you think positive, you'll be positive. If you smile, you'll feel better. But at the same time, it's like that's not like the root of consciousness or whatever the hell you're saying. To think positively. I've given this before. It's the flat tire theory. So if you have a flat tire on the highway, you have one of two options. You can either get pissed off or you can fix the solution. So it's better to think positively and think, hey, well, at least I have a spare tire, or at least I can call a tow truck, or maybe I can flag down someone else. And you just go down that list, but you don't give up right away and get pissed off. You have to work. If you think positively, you think further in the future, and you'll be able to look towards better or more and better solutions to the problem. Let's see. Is this prosperity gospel bullshit? I don't know what that particular video is about, but it kind of sounds like that. I don't think he's trying to get, like, money for oil in an envelope or some shit like that. But yeah, just because you think about money doesn't mean you're gonna get it. You actually have to, like, take steps to get money, and hard work. And I'm not saying manual labor as in hard work. I'm saying, like, hard work and dedication to things that you want to do that will provide you with wealth and income, or the things that you should focus on in your life. And if you want to, increase your wealth and income. But just thinking about it is not going to help you. Thinking positively might help you get the energy to get those, get those hobbies or new job or new skills or something like that. But it's not going to be the end all to be all.
Bruce explains that the mind is similar to a government, which can enact policies to influence the cells. If you have a good mental government, i.e. compassionate and loving thoughts, you get loving commands sent to the cells, and thus you have health. But if you have a bad mental government, you have poor health. Do you remember that scene in Doctor Strange when the Ancient One asked, when you reattach a severed nerve, is it you who puts it back together or the body?
I never saw Doctor Strange, so this reference makes no sense to me.
Stephen responds, well, it's the cells. To which the Ancient One replies, and the cells are only programmed to put themselves back in very specific ways. But what if I told you that your own body could be convinced to put itself back together in all sorts of ways? You see, it's significant for us today because it encourages us to ask, just how...
All right, so let me know if I have the wrong conflation, because it seems like conservatives and religious folks like this have the same sort of idea that everything is like a movie. And I feel like this guy is fairly conservative, obviously, but they feel like they can relate everything to media or movies or something like that. When, yeah, those are good metaphors, but it's not relatable to everyone. For instance, I've never seen Doctor Strange. This shit makes no sense to me. And that's dialogue created by an artist. It holds no meaning unless you actually give any sort of meaning to it. It doesn't make any real and true sense. So it seems like the farther, I don't know, the farther fringe, maybe I should say, because I'm not going to discount the left from doing any of this shit. But the farther fringe you go, the more of a movie-esque Hollywood fantasy world you kind of live in. And I see I see conservatives do this shit all the time.